keep both so that you don't wreck yourself by speculating, going all in on Pulse, and then 5 years down the road, ETH comes back. Another thing
And
is
there are some historical examples of what you're saying. When you look at the ETH, the ETC fork, if you just held both, if you look at the BTC forks, if
right.
you just held them all, people that said, oh, this one's good and that one's shit, and dumped one to buy the other and went all in one or the other, didn't do as good as people who held both.
That's right. But here's what I think the best move is. And I'm just looking at it from a game theory, poker solving, like trying to just solve it like it's a poker hand. Like, what's the best decision in this spot? So what I'm doing is Pulse Hex and Pulse. I'm loading up on Pulse and I'm loading up on Pulse Hex. And that's it. And I might
Agree.
And that's it. Like, that's it for the first, for the opening stage of whatever, when it launches. And another thing to think about is so Hex is going to be like valueless for a little while. You can get a shitload of Hex and make some big ass stakes really quickly if you're fast enough.
If you have Pulse.
Yeah, if you have Pulse to get Hex with, right.
So the opening move that you're saying of setting yourself up to have the biggest bags of Hex and Pulse is the best opening move. And then don't dump anything necessarily, but look for the opportunities of what you can now use, what you have, because there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not dumping anything. I'm going to stay flexible, as in I'm going to have liquid Hex. I'm going to sacrifice Hex, a ton of Hex, but I'm also going to not sacrifice some Hex. Like, I'm going to keep some liquid, and I'm going to do a little bit of everything, like have my fingers in every little bowl
I'm
of cookie
100%
dough.
in alignment with you. I'm doing exactly the same thing. And I'm
Yeah,
going to be sitting there. I'm going to be sitting there positioned to take advantage of whatever opportunities that present.
There you go. That's the best play. That's the best way. It's just the best way. But
you keep
if you want to gamble,
liquid Hex, does that turn into Pulse Hex?
Gamblers might if you want, like, there's going to be people who are just going to just nuke their ETH wallet, their ETH Hex. They're just going to nuke it, and they're going to go all in and speculate that P Hex is going to dominate, which it probably will. I mean, it probably will. But you're not leaving yourself any outs. So.
Yeah, and you're not leaving yourself open to take advantage of all the opportunities.
For anyone listening, also, keep in mind the ETH fees are crazy, all those things, the gas fees. You can jump in and do all of that thing, but gotta make
but you're gonna have. But the thing is that you have people that has boatloads of money that can move ETH like it's nothing. They don't care about the transaction fees. You have those people, and at the end of the day, I just feel like, why would you sacrifice all of your ETH earned, especially if you got stakes that's already, rolling over there? You're going to get that same stake on the other side. So there's going to be some dummies. There are going to be some dummies that's going to unstake early, which go ahead and do it, because I appreciate it, because I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that too. But
yep.
But at the end of the day, you're going to go all in because you're like, oh, well, I couldn't get in early. That a lot of people did when Hex first came out. I didn't get in early because I was just sitting around. I was bullshitting. I couldn't do what I was supposed to do. And then you started seeing there all the action. Then so okay,
and the FOMO settles in.
So why would you unstake early, or take your Hex, off of that's already staked? If you have liquid Hex that you can play around with, that's cool. That's fine and dandy. I mean, I have liquid Hex that I'll sacrifice, but I'll be damned if I go in there and touch anything on the east side. I'm keeping all 8 over there because I know I'm going to benefit on the other side too, and I'm still going to buy Pulse as well.
Yeah, right, and there's people who
are going to have more users. Don't you think you're going to have more users on the Pulse eventually? So when you have more users, then it's not a point. It's not determining the gas fees. It's not if you're a whale, then gas fees aren't your problem. But and
You
the
probably
amount of users does
you,
affect your market.
yeah, you probably will. We probably will have more users on the Pulse side of things, but this is how you have to look at it. This is how you have to look at it. You got 3 tiers, and that's how everybody is judged in the world. You got rich, wealthy, wealthy, rich, and then you poor as a motherfucker. That's the only 3 outcomes that you can get. There ain't no middle class. Middle class shit, in my opinion, is gone. So at the end of the day, if you were just fortunate to be on the east side and got in early and you got your bags early and they're over there in their state, don't touch it. Let that shit keep growing. Because at the end of the
Of course,
day,
Well,
of course.
that's your strategy, right?
no, I mean that's
Not financial
my
advice. Not financial.
no. I get it. That's just my
No, but
that's
I agree. I
I'm not
agree. I
telling
agree
Can
with
I
you.
can I
anybody
just
what
add some food for thought on that
It's not
topic
a
there?
bad idea. It's not a bad idea though.
Because when